I think you're both muted, so we probably are. Oh, yep, I see the live button. How's everyone doing tonight? Tell us where you're from. Welcome to the Get Unlocked financial portion of the live Get Unlocked seminar. Just trying to see if anyone is joining. If you are, type your name and where you're from. So your city or state, where you're from, and let us know where you're from. Three viewers. We'll give you a couple of minutes to roll in. Again, I'm Tara Jones, personal finance coach at yourprettypennies.com, and we're going to sit here and wait just one more minute till more people come in. Tonight we're going to be talking about Entrepreneurial, a guide for entrepreneurs for business and personal finance topics. So this should be really good. I have a good treat for you tonight. I think I'm going to go ahead and get started. It's about, let's see, 8:04. At 8:05, I'll go ahead and get started. Wait for some more people to come in. Okay, for those who do not know me, I'm Tara Jones, personal finance coach. I am the founder and creator of yourprettypennies.com, where it's just a hub and a place for young millennial women to meet and learn about their personal finances. So that's what I love to do. I love to teach personal finance and also entrepreneurial finances. So yes, you can contact me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and my website at www.yourprettypennies.com. I think we're going to go ahead and get started now. Let me pull up my slide deck here. Okay, I just want to make sure you guys can see my screen. Can you see my screen, Asia, when I did that? Just want to make sure that you are able to see. Okay, so welcome to the Entrepreneurial Guide to Business and Personal Finances. Again, I'm Tara Jones, if anybody has joined since I introduced myself. And I am the founder and personal finance coach that could be located at www.yourprettypennies.com. What are you going to learn today? Today we are going to go over a few topics that all entrepreneurs should know and research about before they start their business. We're going to talk about sales and profits, the cost of having a sole proprietorship versus an LLC, cost types like your overhead, and also some personal finance topics that you should be thinking about as well. As an expert in personal finances myself, I am going to give you the 5 most important financial habits that you should develop as an entrepreneur. Who am I? I'm Tara Jones, personal finance coach. In September of 2015, I launched YPP Financial Coaching and Services, and also my website/blog, yourprettypennies.com, where you can find weekly updates of financial information and inspiration. I love assisting ambitious creatives, entrepreneurs, and professionals with becoming financially stable so they can build wealth while living in their purpose. I ask for you all to please hold your questions until the break. I'm going to do one after the business finance portion, which is heavily into terms, and then I'm going to ask questions, and then I will talk about personal finances and then answer another set of questions. Just wanted to give you my promise to you. If I do not answer your question or do not have the answer, I will promise to state that and then find the answer for you. So if you throw out a question and I do not have the answer, I'll just ask you to email me, and whenever I receive your email, I'll reply back with the answer once I've located it for you. Part 1, business finances. So, in order to judge and you know, kind of tell whether or not your business is performing well or not, there's a couple of terms you need to know. Number 1, sales. Sales is income received from selling a product or service. So this could be your info products, these can be your webinars, whatever you do as an entrepreneur. If you sell a fashion line, clothing line, whatever it is that makes money. And this is also known as revenue or income from sales. So cost is business expenses and purchases, so what you buy, whether it's your desk, your laptop, or it could be paper that you need. In my business, I need stamps, I need pencils, pens, whatever you need for your business. Raw supplies. If you sell books, how do you buy the booking and the back and the paper and all that? So your costs. So in order to judge your performance, always remember your profits equals your revenue minus costs. So higher profits equal a higher business performance. The takeaway here, your profits are your bottom line, and this is the number that you should be looking for and focus on when measuring how well your business is performing. So it's not likes, it's not shares, it's not how much attention you get on Facebook. Yes, the engagement is a great thing, but at the end of the day, if you want to be a viable business as an entrepreneur, you have to have profit. Next, sole proprietorship versus having an LLC. If you are a sole proprietor or a sole trader, you are the business. There is no legal separation between the business and the personal finances. You can still have employees for that business, but you yourself is one and the same as your business. Now, when you have an LLC, you are the owner of the business and you work for the company. There is a legal separation between the business finances and your finances. Owner's drawings versus owner's salary. So if you are a sole trader or sole proprietor, and this is how you set up your business model, your owner's drawings, you have the ability, which your owner's drawing is the fact that you use your business account as your personal account. There's no separation between the two. So if you needed to buy groceries, whatever money you get in from making from your business, you will use that to cover all expenses of your household in your current living situation. Now, if you are owner of an LLC, you receive owner's salary. This means you receive a salary from the company's business account. So your business account and your personal account should be separated. And when you become an LLC, you will get an EIN number, a federal ID number that would allow you to open up a business account and have your own account. So when you do your financial reporting, always remember your profits equals sales minus costs. And so I want to really talk about that, because you can have great sales, but if you do not keep your overhead low, your profits will not be great. So as an entrepreneur, moreover a solopreneur, what we should strive to do is make sure we have high sales and low cost to create the maximum amount of profit. As a sole proprietor, your owner's drawings are removed from the profits of your business. Remember that. So the business should generate enough income to where it supports you as the business owner. As an LLC owner, the owner's salary is the cost of the company. So you yourself your salary should be placed under the cost of the company and not from the profit of the company. And in turn, the business can still survive without making a profit, because you can live off of the cost. You can if your sales equals your cost and you have no profit, you are still paid from the cost, which means you're covered. So that's fine.
Hey Tara, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, we can't see your slides.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but we can't see your slides. Sorry, everybody. Wanted you guys to be able to see everything.
Let's go back. I have it on screen share. Let's see.
There you go.
You see it now?
Yes, we see it.
Should I start over, or do you want me to
I guess you can start from the top.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go back to what we're going to learn today. We already know who I am, so we don't have to keep going through that. I want to give you this information and get you out of here on a timely manner, so sorry about the technical difficulty. Okay, here's what you're going to learn today. We're going to start from the top. Business finances and personal finances. I'm going to go over with you sales and profit, costs of having a sole proprietorship versus an LLC, and your cost types, like what you incur as your overhead. Also, personal finances, the 5 most important financial habits to develop as an entrepreneur. That's me. I already went over that. Again, hold all your questions until mid-break.
Go to full screen so we can see it. We see you in the middle of the presentation. Yep, there you go.
Part 1, business finances. Sales and profit. Sales are, again, the reason why I'm going over these terms, because I pulled out the most important terms when I was working with a public accountant for entrepreneurs. I think I didn't state that in the beginning. And these are the most valuable things that you should take away being an entrepreneur, also known as a solopreneur for a lot of people. So what you want to know is sales is the term that is the income received from selling a product or service. So this is the actual physical product of what you're selling. And it's also known as revenue or income from sales. So This could be a book that you wrote, info product that you're selling, a magazine that you've created and sold. Those are sales, and a consumer buys it. Those are income from sales. Cost. Costs are business expenses and purchases. It is what you buy. So when you are calculating your profit and deciding how your business is performing, you should use the equation revenue minus cost equals your profits. Why is this important? Because profits are your bottom line, and this is the number that you should be focusing on when measuring how well your business is performing. So you can have high sales, but if you have high costs, your profits are going to be low. Sole proprietorship versus LLC. Again, my friend who's a public accountant, she and I talked about this a lot. You really have to hone in and see what's the best business model for your business. Because if you are a sole proprietor, you are your business. There is no legal separation between your business and personal finances. You can still have employees, but you are your business. So for example, if I'm a personal finance coach and I set my business up as a sole proprietorship and someone sued me, my business is at stake for being taken, or funds for my business is being taken, because there's no distinct, separation legally between me and my business. However, if I'm the owner of an LLC company, I work for the company. So therefore, my business finances and my personal finances are separate legally. And obviously there's pros and cons to either one, so I would advise you to look this up in more detail when deciding whether you should become a sole proprietor or an LLC. Owner's drawings versus owner's salary. Owner's drawing, also known for a sole proprietor, is the ability to take or draw funds from your business account for personal use, because there is no separation between your business and personal accounts. With an LLC, you receive a salary or director salary or owner salary from the company's business account. The business account and personal account are completely separate. So this is important because when you create your financial reports, you have to categorize your costs and your profits correctly. For a sole proprietor, they would live on the profits of their business. The business should generate enough income to support the business owner. However, with an LLC, you are a cost of your company and should not dive into the profits, because you are already calculated into the cost. So in turn, the business can survive without making a profit, because if you have, let's say, $50,000 in sales and your cost this month was $50,000, including paying yourself, that's a zero profit, but you received your cut from the money that from the work that you put in, you received your check. Cost types. A fixed cost is one that remains constant no matter how your business is performing. Example, your office rent, your utilities, your employee costs. 2, stepped costs. This is a cost that varies with business performance. For example, I use Acuity scheduling, and or Webinar Jam, and as I host more people on webinars, I need to go up and I need to upgrade my package because my business needs have increased. So that would be considered a step cost. Variable costs. These are costs that varies and deviates just arbitrarily. So for instance, shipping and delivery rates may change. Raw materials or ingredients may be different from one week to another, or 1 month to another, or one manufacturer or company that you buy from for another. Capital expenditures are items that are purchased for your business that are not directly used up. For example, a computer, a vehicle, or office building are not considered a fixed cost. They are actually considered a trade. So it is a capital expenditure because I used $1,000. So let's say I was going to buy a Mac computer, and I used $1,000 from my business account to purchase a Mac computer. It is considered a capital expenditure because instead of I didn't lose, I just traded $1,000 in cash for $1,000 in computer for my business. So that's how you know it's a capital expenditure, because it's something that's not directly used up. It will depreciate, but it doesn't. The money is not lost from your business immediately. And just as we always hear the term overhead, costs, all of them are considered your overhead. And so the rule of the game is keep your overhead low and your profits high. Takeaway: properly organize and categorize your costs, aka your overhead. Also, as an entrepreneur, strive to keep your overhead low and your profits high. Is there any questions for me right now? Again, please email any questions that I tell you I'm not able to answer to info@yourprettypennies.com. And next up, we'll be talking about personal finances. Any questions for me before we start? Go ahead and use that chat or the Q&A box on the left side of the screen. Sorry, the right side of the screen. The stuff I'm referring to is on the left side of mine, but the box will actually pop up to your right. If there's no questions, we can keep going. I know there's a bit of a delay. Okay, I'll check back to see if there's any questions that came through, but we're going to go ahead and go to part 2, which is the personal finances. So part 2. Number 1, create a monthly spending plan, also known as a budget. A monthly spending plan is a simple yet powerful financial tool. It allows you to effectively allocate all of your monthly income to your monthly expenses without having to dig into your savings. I suggest for you to use a zero-based spending plan. It encourages you to allocate every dollar you earn each month within that month to an expense category. It eliminates unintentional spending, aka wasteful spending. And I provided the template for you in the worksheets that you received with the email. Number 2, Save for retirement. I should put a star by this because there are a lot of entrepreneurs who are not saving for retirement. It is inevitable. You are going to get old, and you are going to hate it that you have not used your younger years putting aside money to earn compound interest so that you can live comfortably after 65. This is a phrase I always use. The future you is depending on the current you financially. So, what should you do? Open a Roth IRA. If you do not have a 9-to-5 or work for a major corporation that offers you a 401k, open a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA. But for most, we will probably go for the Roth IRA. The difference between the two is when and how you pay your taxes on your contributions. So for a Roth IRA, you pay your taxes up front. So the advantage is it grows tax-free, and when you take the money out when you're 65 or when it matures, you do not have to pay taxes on that. This, again, is my suggestion for entrepreneurs because you're able to avoid some investment taxes on top of paying the regular taxes when you choose this option. For traditional IRAs, you pay taxes later and your taxes deferred until the time of withdrawal, but you save less over the long haul. Three, avoid debt. Just stop for a minute and imagine what your life would be like if you did not have to write a check every month to your student loans or to your auto loan or to your past due payment of your credit card. Your income will be unencumbered and you will accomplish more in your business and personal goals if you decide to pay off debt and avoid debt. So create a debt payment plan, and I gave you that. I provided the debt repayment planning sheet. Sorry about that. In the worksheet. But I also want to tell you to use credit strategically. So I have a credit card. I'm going to use myself as an example. And I use it to build credit. And for most entrepreneurs, your business credit is your personal credit. So if you have a business and you're a solopreneur, they're going to look at your personal credit if you try to take something out for your business, just an FYI. So you kind of want to get your personal credit score together. So do not incur past due balances or interest. What I do is I have a credit card, and every month I will put something small on there. Actually, what I have my, I think my Google business email account coming out of it, $10 a month, $20 a month, and then that's it. I don't use it for financial emergencies because then that's when you realize you'll start racking up those large amounts on your card. Instead, use it for something small and use your cash to pay off bills and other things, other large high-priced tickets. Do not use your credit card. And that's how you avoid getting past due balances and, you know, going into collections and all that other stuff. You really want to avoid that. Always save at least 10%. Now, I say 20, but as entrepreneurs, I know we have a lot of ambitious goals that we have to fund, and some of us are still paying off debt and things like that. So pay at least 10% to yourself. You are financially independent as an entrepreneur, and your business relies on you and sometimes your finances. So always save at least 10% of your income. Put in an emergency fund account. Once you're done funding that with 3 to 6 months worth of expenses, go and start building a savings account. And the difference between an emergency fund and a savings account is emergency fund is for long-term, unplanned financial happenings. Savings account is for planned financial happenings. So if your car breaks down and your motor goes out, dip into your emergency fund. If you know you want to travel to on vacation next year, save into your savings account for that. Lastly, build your investment portfolio, and you can seek a investment advisor about that. Increase your credit score. Again, your personal credit score is often your business credit score if you are a small business. So here are 3 ways to increase your credit score fairly quickly. 1, pay off all credit balances and past due bills. That is the #1 way to make your credit score jump. 2, always utilize less than 20% of the credit extended to you. So let's say you have 3 credit cards and the total of all of the credit limits on those credit cards equal $10,000. Do not use more than $2,000 of that at any point in time. 3, call your credit card companies and request credit limit increases. The thing about that is that if you increase your credit limit, you increase how much credit that has been extended to you, and then you can use a little bit more each month. So if you increase your credit limit from $10,000 to $20,000, then your 20% will go up. You can use more than $20,000 a month. That's a little tip. And again, your credit score checklist has been provided in the worksheet. Okay, do you have any questions for me? If so, throw them into the right side of the screen. And if I can't answer them for you, email them to me at info@yourprettypennies.com. Before I come back on the screen, I just wanted to give you my information if you would like to connect. Again, my website is www.yourprettypennies.com, and you can sign up for financial coaching and also come over and get some great financial tips and advice that I post every week on my blog. On Instagram, I am Your Pretty Pennies. On Twitter and Periscope is YPP Blog. And again, if you have any questions or like to connect, you can always reach me at info@yourprettypennies.com. Okay, we can take questions. And make sure you stay to the end of the webinar because we have a fun promo code, a fun little tidbit about Get Unlocked that's happening in Detroit, Michigan. And then you can get a promo code at the end. So. Any questions for me? Do you have any advice for financial losses as an entrepreneur and ways to bounce back? Can you be more detailed in your question? Because no matter the financial loss in your business, you should always be able to bounce back by if you have to buckle down. So let's say if you had a financial loss to where it substantially hurt your business, if I were you, I would try to bounce back by cutting some of your overhead to where your costs are low and your sales are high to increase those profits so you can pour back into your business. That was Kylie's. I loved your webinar last week, Thursday, by the way. Any other questions? What more advice do you have for entrepreneurs with bad credit starting out? I'm going to suggest you fix your credit. So literally the best thing that you can do for your credit score is number one, literally print off your credit report. Okay, so step number one, print off your credit report. So you sit down and you can go to annualcreditreport.com and you get one free a year, and it won't affect your credit score. So you can get one free a year. And you sit down and say, okay, I have missed payments that are marked on here. I have past due balances. I have collection issues. So something wasn't paid and went to collections, and now bam, it's showing up on your credit score. Whatever problems that you see, you need to fix, period. No one's going to save you. You can wait 7 years for stuff to drop off, but I wouldn't suggest you wait. So if you know, for one, that you have a bunch of missed payments, start paying your bills on time. That gets people the most. They don't realize that once your utility bill or you miss your payment for your car payment, and they report that to the credit bureau, that dings your credit bad. That's the number one way. Number two way is using too much credit at one point in time. So once again, do not use more than 20% of credit at all times. And again, a lot of people have trouble with that because they'll use their credit card to use as for financial emergencies, and that's not what it's for. Use your credit card for like a gas fill up a month, and then that's it. Another thing that gets people is that they don't realize that if you apply for more than two lines of credit within a year, it dings your credit score too. So let's say in January you opened up a MasterCard, and then in June you rented a house and they checked your credit score. In December you open up another store card during a Christmas holiday, your credit score is going to go down because that looks bad. It looks like you can't handle life without credit. Also, if you don't, another reason why a lot of people credit is not as high as they would like it, their credit score, is because they have a short credit history. So that just comes with time. So if you realize your credit is not 750 or higher, if you are within the first 5 years of having credit, it probably won't be. But if you do all those other things like keeping your utilization low, less than 20%, paying all your bills on time, making sure you're not taking out a bunch of lines of credit within a year time span less than 2, always remember that 2 or less, things like that, you will be fine. And you will also see your credit start jumping. However, if you have a judgment or credit or a collection on your credit report, it's going to be hard to take that off. If it's false, you can fight it, but if it's true, either you wait 7 years or you can talk to that company to see if they can do something to reverse that collection. Let's see if there's any more questions. Any more questions? Again, in the email that you received, you will see that there's a pack of worksheets. I would highly suggest you use those. And at the end, I give you a little box that as you go through, and if you have questions or concerns, or if you feel like something is difficult for you, write them down and then email me with those. What are some good ways to stay financially motivated as an entrepreneur? Like during those low activity months. I've had some dry months, and although I have a 9-to-5, my baby is my business, and I want to win every month, if that makes sense. That makes absolute sense. And again, I just started in September, and unfortunately, I haven't had a dry month, as we call it. Um, but what I suggest would be, those would be the best times to reinvest into yourself. Like you said, in your webinar, Kylie's, you talked about how you get on webinars and you do different things. Well, if you find yourself busy with clients and events and doing different things like that, and you have slow months, pick up some more hours at work or create some new products. This would be a great time to get creative inspiration and go out and create some more products that you can release and increase your sales, that in turn increase your profits. There's a lot of things you can do in your dry months. Because just imagine if you had 12 months that you are so busy as an entrepreneur that you couldn't even kind of, build on what you wanted to build on in your business. You couldn't take your business to the next level because you are so bogged down with the day-to-day stuff or with clients or whatever. You will kind of feel like drained. So use those low points of activities to take a staycation and get creative. You're creative. Use that right side of your brain. This is the right time. That'll be the time for you to take a break from the left side of your brain. I'm a left brainer, so sometimes I need to take a break from my left brain to get to my right brain. But so that'll be a good time. Those are actually kind of got to turn it around. If you want more motivation, turn it around and say, okay, God, you gave me a break this month because you want me to relax mentally. You do not want me to get burned out. You want me to be in this for the long haul. You want my business to be here for the long haul. So these are the times where I can network more. I can develop personally more, spiritually more, create some more products, build a better business model, whatever the case is. Because when you start out, chances are what you're doing in your first 3 years of your business statistically is not what you're going to be doing beyond. So these are the moments where you can sit back, reflect, analyze what's been working, kick out what hasn't been working, and then proceed. Can you talk about how to build your business credit? Again, I am not a credit expert because I am a personal finance expert, and credit for business is more like public accounting and different like that and big business. So I am not sure. However, if your business relies on your personal credit, you need to build your personal credit using the things that I just outlined. And actually, if you email me that question, I'm going to look into that further because that's a great question. And see if I could talk to the public accounting that I, kind of collab with all the time here in Grand Rapids and see if we can come up with something for you, because that's a good point. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, whoever is on, I am going to turn it over to the ladies who are hosting the Unlocked Summit of Detroit this February. So take care, and I'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, Tara, so much. You did a great job. Definitely helped me out for sure as an entrepreneur. Shatoya, your mic is muted. But hi, everyone. My name is Asia Horn. I'm creator and editor-in-chief of EmpireLifeMag.com, as well as the co-founder and co-creator of the Unlocked Summit. We're planning on hitting Detroit February 19th and 20th, and we're very excited about it. We have some great things in store for you. Get Unlocked was something that we wanted to start to kind of give people a taste of what we'll be having in store at the Unlocked Summit itself. So, Shatoya, you want to chime
in? Hello, everybody. I'm Shatoya Antoine, the owner and executive planner of A La Carte Galore, and also the co-founder of the Unlocked Summit. So February 19th, we'll be hosting the Unlock Lounge at Centaur Bar downtown, right next to the Fox Theater, from 6:30 to 9:30. It's basically a networking event for you to be able to network with the workshop facilitators, the registrants of the summit, and any entrepreneurs or professionals that are unable to attend the summit. They're welcome to come to the lounge. And then men are also welcome at the Unlock Lounge. We will have vendors at the lounge, and we only have one more vendor table available, so it'll be sold out pretty soon. February 20th is the actual summit. We have 10 different workshops that like dynamic women are facilitating at the summit. Myself and Asia will be doing a workshop as well. We have the Unlock the City award ceremony, where Nicole and Councilwoman will be honored with an award for contributing to the success of unlocking the city of Detroit. Um, I think that is all. We have a promo code for you guys to use. It's available for the next 24 hours. So at what is it? 8:48. So at 9 p.m. tomorrow, the code will expire. So the code is 25 off. You get $25 off your registration for the Unlock Summit Detroit. So again, just put in the code 25 off. And you'll get $25 off of your registration. Registration ends February 6th, so that's next week. So don't wait until the last minute. We're super excited to be bringing this opportunity to Detroit, and we can't wait to meet all of you.
Yes, so again, the promo code is 25 off with that. At checkout, you'll get $25 off registration, so that's definitely a great deal. You want to jump on that, especially since it's only going to be up for 24 hours. So make sure you take advantage of that. It's only offered to you guys who have logged in and tuned in with us tonight for the Get Unlocked workshop. Oh, sorry, I'm on my headphones. But 25 off, that is it. And I think that's all we have for tonight. Is there anything else you want to leave with, Shakira?
I believe that's all. So today is the last virtual experience that we'll have for the summit. So the next one is the actual live summit. So like I said, we have 10 different workshops. They're based on the platforms of business, being, and beauty. So we're so excited to help women unlock their goals and dreams for 2016. And we can't wait to meet you all February 19th and 20th. The summit is the 20th at Techtown, Detroit from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And the Unlock Lounge is Friday, February 19th from 6:30 to 9:30. That is all.
Yeah. So thank you guys again for tuning in with us. We hope to see you in February in Detroit. Have a good night.
Bye.